Welcome, welcome. I'm so glad that you are here. It seems that this topic, heal the relationship to your mom, is a very important one and so wanted and so needed. This relationship is the first relationship you have, and you learn from her everything. You learn what love means. You learn how to behave with intimate people. You learn how close relationships should look like. It's no wonder that so many people struggle with relationships. And if you have had problems in relationships, and if you or you cannot find the right partner, or always the same pattern come up, you are in the right place today. And I for sure wouldn't be a therapist if I hadn't had the past with my mom. I'm in business now for over 20 years. Mom issues come up over and over again. And don't get me wrong here, I love moms. I love all moms because they do the best they can. And sometimes it's not good for us, but they always do the best they can. They cannot do better. Given their circumstances, given their background, given their history and experiences, they do what they can. So when you read my newsletter, you read that my mother tried to get rid of me. So really, but when she was pregnant with me at 22, so and I reframed it. I said, okay, she perhaps didn't try to get rid of me, but she tried to get rid of being pregnant. When you are 22 and your parents are very conservative, and it's a big shame being pregnant without a man, you don't want to be pregnant. So this attempt abortion created a lot of beliefs, it created a lot of emotions. I didn't feel wanted at all, and I thought, when she doesn't want me, no one will want me. I felt worthless. I felt not good enough. I felt there is no support out in this world. And especially I felt something is wrong with me because no one wanted me. There must be something wrong with me. And because she suffered so much in the pregnancy, I thought it's all my fault. Of course, I mean, who else? My existence caused a lot of trouble for her. A lot of despair, a lot of frustration, a lot of anger, a lot of feeling lonely. And my conclusion was, I need to be the good girl, of course. I need to be very good. I need to please everyone. Otherwise, I risk to get rejected again. I mean, mothers can be cold and abandoning the child at a very young age, for example. And that could mean I better never be dependent on anyone. When a mother is emotionally not available, feelings get suppressed. I had another client and her mom didn't talk to her for days when mother thought she did something wrong. She is recurringly experiencing loneliness, emptiness, feeling rejected, and shutting down then, shutting her feelings down. Or you have mothers who are depressed and suicidal and cannot be there for the child. And that means for the child or for the young adult that is growing up, I can only rely on myself. We are back in close relationships later, then we are afraid of being hurt the same way that we felt when we were with our mother. Another client whose mother was putting her constantly down. I mean, really beating her up, insulting her. She made her feel like a failure. Nothing was good enough what she did. And of course she felt rejected. I'm alone. I'm not worthy of love. That's also a big one, a big belief. I'm not worthy of love. And of course, if your mother is treating you badly or in one way or the other, then you attract, you draw men into your life that treat you badly. If you have an abusive mother, you are drawn to people who are abusive. If you had a toxic mother, you will be drawn to toxic people. When a mother is mentally, physically or psychologically abusive, then a client can feel, I'm confused. I'm completely confused, because mom means love normally, and mom should love us, but if she's not doing that and doing something completely different, then of course you feel a lot of confusion. When the father of the family cheated on the mother, it's normal not to be the only one. Of course, it's normal. I'm number 2 or number 3. Or I don't deserve love. Yeah, this belief is then created. Or I'm replaceable. I'm not good enough in any case. And there are the mothers, as in my case, who are too weak. Yeah, I always thought I need to be strong for my mother because she's too weak. She cannot handle family life. This overwhelmed me as a child, of course. I wanted to be a child, actually, and I couldn't, because I had to be strong. I had to be there for my siblings. I had to be responsible. I jumped in as a mother for my siblings because I thought, yeah, I need to do that, because she can't. And I had another client whose mom didn't want her at all. She didn't want her, and she expressed it. She didn't want her because she had to raise her on her own. Of course, the client thought, I'm not good enough. Sometimes, as in my case, you get these programs or patterns even before birth. So this can lead to a lot of depression, anxiety, or even physical symptoms, and panic, of course. When there is trauma happening with our mom, there is a part of us that dies or is giving up. And what we need to do, we need to bring this part back into our being. We need to bring the power back that we lost as a child. There's another part in you that says, no, I'm so angry, I'm so resentful of what she did to me. I will never be happy, in order to show you that you were wrong, that you did something wrong. This is also not very good when it comes to close relationships. And then when we are young women and we are having our own children, then the big fear is there, oh gosh, if I'm like my mom, I never want to be like my mom. I don't want my children to suffer like I did when I was young. When you have something like that, yeah, you need to do something. It's really, we are projecting so much onto next generations, and they have nothing to do with it. Yeah? So there are a lot of consequences when it comes to not functioning relationships with our mom, and it's so important to heal this relationship. So what can be done? We need to release the trauma and the difficult situation that you can remember regarding your mom. And we need to heal the inner child. The inner child is in such a vulnerable state that, and we have forgotten about it, we need to heal this child. We need to make sure that this child feels safe, and also safe enough to express her needs or his needs. The traumas related to your mom need to be out of the way. Do a timeline. For example, you can write down, you can, in a meditative state, you can also feel into yourself and see if it feels comfortable being in the womb of your mom. And when feelings are coming up, you can already start tapping. People who know tapping can do this. And this is the first thing. And then go through the stages. Perhaps go through the first 6 years and see what is possible here. How does that feel in the first year? Does it feel good? Is my body feeling calm and confident and everything is fine? When does the trauma started? Or did it start in the second year or in the third year? Or did it start when parents divorced and mom got completely whoosh, emotionally unavailable? Not able to cope anymore. See what comes up in these stages and then tap on these traumas. It's so important. We need to bring this inner child into a state where he or she feels that she can express her needs. Because what happens when a mom is abusive, toxic, emotional, unavailable, or very weak and not capable of dealing with the situation, then we cannot express our needs. And later on in relationships, it's not possible. We don't express our needs. So when I had my first relationships with men, I couldn't express my needs, not at all. I was expecting him to understand what I needed, what I didn't understand. So it didn't work, not at all. And it made me very, very angry when he didn't get it. So it's so important to heal this inner child. And how you can do that, you can bring this inner child onto your lap, really visualize this inner child, bringing it onto your lap and talk to the inner child. Console it, be nice to this child and ask it what it needs. If you cannot manage to connect to this inner child in you, you can also think about your current relationship or any relationship. If you are not in a relationship, think about what you would like to have. What is a need you would have a partner should fulfill or should do for you. And we also need to learn to set boundaries. So when it comes to toxic or abusive moms, you need to take your distance. People tell me, Anja, it's not possible, I cannot, she's calling me every day, or every day I have to talk to her. Don't do that. Don't do that. Make it very short. Tell her, Mom, I cannot do it right now. I call you in a few days. Take your distance. It's not you. You will not help her when you do everything she wants you to do. You will not help her, and she will not understand that her behavior is perhaps not so good for you because you don't dare to talk to her. If you have lost trust, for example, in your mom, if you think you cannot trust her anymore or she betrayed you in one way or the other, you probably took your distance already. And if it's not physically, you took it emotionally and mentally. You said, yeah, I tell you the minimum, or I tell you what you probably can deal with, but the rest is my stuff. All these are tappable issues. So the first thing is safety. The second is needs, making sure that you are aware of your own needs. Very often we are not even aware of our needs. And then learn to set boundaries. And with that comes a compassion for this inner child. Another client was not ready to feel this compassion for her inner child. She even thought this inner child is wrong. Something must be wrong with her. But there's nothing wrong with an inner child, nothing. Yeah. Or some people think they are not worthy of love. I mean, you would never go into a hospital and go into the newborn, where the mothers are with the newborn babies, and say, okay, you are not worthy. You, okay, perhaps, but you, yeah, you are worthy, but you, no, you are not worthy. We are all worthy of love. We are worthy of love. When you are born, you are worthy of love. When you are born, you may exist. Your existence counts. It's important that you exist. So if the abortion had worked out, I wouldn't be here. So it means the existence is important. And as you are here, you are important. Your life matters. And the inner child matters too and is worthy, absolutely. When it comes to seeing the bigger picture, when we see that we have chosen our mom, I know some swallow now, but yes, we have really chosen our mom. Some think, oh, really? I'm not so sure about that. Why should I do something like that to me? There is a reason. Perhaps we don't know it, but I believe that it's not our first existence here on earth. We have had many life experiences here, and I think there is either a karmic constellation that makes you choose your mom. Perhaps you haven't been so nice as a mom in the past, in another lifetime, or you chose this mom so that you can learn a specific lesson. And this is also something you can ask yourself. What lesson did I need to learn with having this mom? And you could only learn it with her, no one else, because she is playing the role you gave her before you came here. So this creates a lot of understanding and forgiveness when we go deeper with that and ask ourselves these questions. Perhaps there are very deep beliefs in yourself, and perhaps you cannot see yourself in a loving relationship, or you cannot see how your current relationship could look better. Also, this can be learned. There are also inherited feelings or inherited trauma that needs to be released. Science has proven it over and over again that trauma can be inherited, and the people who work with me have know the emotion code, for example, that I use in order to release these inherited things. And when I start working with moms, just mom, mentioning the word mom, asking the body of my client what needs to be released, a lot of emotions can come up, a lot. And very often there are emotions from other lifetimes or inherited stuff. So it's a work that needs to be done. But this is not something you can probably do on your own, and therefore I created this online course, How to Heal the Relationship with Your Mother, including 8 recorded sessions. And then you get 2 one-on-one coaching sessions with me, and this is so important because here we can work with the emotion code together and see what inherited trauma needs to be released. I want you to have the best outcome ever, so you can have personal access to me and ask your questions whenever there is something you don't know how to tap on or what exactly you need to do. We're gonna tap a lot, and we work with meditation. And then last but not least, you get assignments. It will not be a big task, but always small tasks to reprogram the things you have learned with your mom. You will get perhaps something to tap on, or you will get other assignments. So the techniques we are using is EFT tapping, or in the one-on-one coaching sessions, the emotion code. We will work with logosynthesis and meditation. And this is the best package I can think of in order to get rid of false beliefs and things that you don't need anymore. So we have 7 modules in this course. First, you will see the introduction session. So for you to have everything what you need, and to know the techniques, and to see and to start already the process. The first model is about feeling safe. So safety, as I said, is the most important thing. This inner child in you needs to be safe no matter what. Because when you don't feel safe now in a relationship, you cannot express your needs, you cannot set boundaries, you cannot forgive. You are always in this not so sure state. The second model will help you to access your needs and feelings, even if you had to suppress them as a child. You need to be able to express your needs in any given moment. A client of mine, if she always cried when she had to say something to her partner. And then the other day she told me, "Oh, I told him what I needed and I didn't cry this time." So there can be, a lot can be done. I surprised myself the other day. I pleased people for so long, and also my daughters, and I had such a good fight with my daughter the other day. It was fantastic, and no resentment afterwards. We just talked afterwards like normal people, but it was good to express for the first time my needs and to set boundaries to her. People try to get a lot from you sometimes. If I hadn't healed the relationship to my mom, it wouldn't be possible. The third module is, are you a people pleaser or are you rejecting people? So here you will learn to set boundaries. It is so crucial. If you cannot set boundaries, people will eat you alive. You give a little finger and they take your arm and the whole body. So, very important. And the fourth model will be how to love yourself more and how to have compassion and forgiveness for yourself and for your mom. And this is sometimes not so easy because people think, I will never forgive her. And I will assure you, sometimes it's not even necessary to forgive her, but you need to forgive yourself. In the fifth model, you will learn how to feel worthy of love. That you are worthy of love, absolutely. In the sixth model, you will learn how to open your heart for love. Can you really see yourself in a loving relationship with respect and trust and all of this? Or are there aspects in you say, not really, if I'm really honest? And the seventh model is about seeing the bigger picture, why you have chosen your mom, and can you trust that it's meant to be that way? I mean, if my mother would have been the ideal mother, I wouldn't have learned anything. Really, I would still be the princess and do not much, probably. It's always right what happened in the past. Never doubt that. It's always right. The goal is to create healthy relationships with yourself and with a possible partner you might have or not yet have. You know, it's really important to heal this relationship if you don't want to struggle in relationships. That's the most important part. In every session it comes up. In every session I have with clients, the mother issue is coming up. I can assure you, life is so much easier, so much more enjoyable when this relationship is healed. Because then you can bring in a man who respect, love and appreciate you. Then you can be with the person you had trouble with in a completely different way. Things change. Things change a lot. I would love for you to take this course with me and heal the relationship with your mom and with all other people at the same time.